So I present to you reason number 3477, who's counting, why to ditch or not pay your television licence tax. And it is a tax, by the way. So much for living in a democracy when it's not very democratic to make its citizens pay a tax for a channel they don't want to watch. And let's face it, who the hell watches the BBC these days anyway? And so a woman in County Durham a few weeks ago, she was prosecuted and convicted for not paying her television licence fee. I mean, to have a conviction, a criminal conviction for not paying this draconian, overinflated tax is just disgusting. And it's not like you get value for money with the BBC anyway. Their programmes are all shite. You only get the football highlights if you're into that, and you have to listen to Gary Lineker while watching it. And Gary Lineker hates you. Well, if you're not woke, that is. You're paying this guy wages by force so he can say crap on Twitter such as the Tories are Nazis. That's what you're paying him for. You're paying him to be a hypocrite, to do as I say, not as I do. He preaches climate change, or he's a climate alarmist, and yet drives top-end sports cars and flies everywhere on holiday. Now, this woman presented a letter to court, as people sometimes do, and you can tell by the handwriting something isn't right. Now, remember, she has learning difficulties, and apparently she has depression as well. But this is what she says, and I quote, "I have a learning disability, and I forget what I am sometimes, as I forget I have to pay out sometimes, and with me having mental health, I find it hard at times, and it was just a mistake, and I am really sorry for this, and I have tried to call the TV licensing a couple of times, but I could never get through to them." I'm doing my research on this because I don't pay my television license fee. They can get screwed as far as I'm concerned. But I know someone who does pay their television license fee, and they confirmed getting through to them on the phone is an absolute nightmare. So why the hell didn't the court take this into consideration? And why was she prosecuted? The BBC would have used taxpayers' money to prosecute this poor woman. And she would have ended up with not just a criminal conviction, but also a fine. So that's more money she has to pay the woke progressive BBC. And how the hell can you work for the BBC anyway and be a proud employee knowing this is what they do to people to force them to give them money? I wouldn't be working there very long. I'd quit out of principle. So there we go. They don't care if you've got a disability. If the BBC wants its money, they'll get their fucking bit, don't you worry. And that's that. I'm Paz49. Thanks for listening, and until the next time, Roger Trout.